Hello and welcome back to another video. My name is Carter Sirach, also known as The Productive Dude here on YouTube. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to actually capture your notes and then come back and find them later, because I know for me, for the longest time, I would just put notes in a notebook like this, or I'd stuff them in my Google Drive and I'd lose them and I wouldn't be able to find those notes because they weren't tagged properly or they were on a physical piece of paper and I really couldn't find them. So, you know, it's great to take notes, but if you can't find them later on and it's hard to capture them quickly, then you're probably not going to have the best note-taking system. But that's what I'm going to show you how to create today. The best note-taking system that I have actually come across, and I'm going to show you how to do that in Notion. So let's jump right in. All right, so this is my notes dashboard. On the left side, we have the capture and create column, and then on the right side, we have the utilize, archive, and track column where all of my notes are stored. I've got my learning notes, my introspective notes, my video plans. They're all organized. It's amazing. And then I can also change the type of sorting I want to do. So I can sort by related person, and then I can see notes that are related to specific people. So I even have some of my own notes in here that are my introspective notes, and that's why they're under Carter Sirach. But I have some thought leaders in here, or some clients, or just people that I want to learn things from, or maybe people that I found interesting. So all of those notes are listed out here, and some of these people only have one note because I've only ever worked with them once, or I've only listened to them once, but some have more. So Quasi here, he's a YouTuber. He makes videos on manifestation and things like that. I have 3 notes for him because I've taken 3 notes on him. Now over here on the left, this is where it gets interesting, right? I can create new notes. So let's imagine that I'm watching a YouTube video. Let's imagine you're watching my YouTube video, this 10 productivity tools I can't live without in 2022. So what I would do is I would start up this video and I would think to myself, oh, I want to take notes on this video, right? So over here in notes, I could simply create a note using this form. So productivity tools, let's name it that. So let's scroll through our tags here and give this video a tag as well, or a couple tags. So like health, let's say, because I do offer some health stuff in here, maybe a routine. Okay, so now that I've got those tags in here, I'll also want to add a source. So copy that link, paste it here. And then note type, what is this? This is going to be a learning note because I'm watching a video and I'm trying to learn something from Productive Dude here. And if I hit related people, I can also type in the name of the person that I'm taking notes on. So Carter Sirach in this case, then let's click off of that. And if I wanted to here, I could also make the note private if I don't want it to show up in my main notes over here. And then what I would do is I'd just hit submit, and you'll see that that note pops up right here and it says, amazing, we saved your answers, thank you for your time, have a great day. But that note, or all of the notes that I've taken today, will show up right here. And if I click on that, this is where I can start entering information. So as I'm sort of watching this video, you know, I can turn it up on 1.5 speed and I can go through this video. I can look at the different chapters and I can create different headings based on these chapters. So these are headphones. Okay, so maybe I'd put like Sony headphones, and then I might take a few notes on that. And then in the next chapter here, what would it be about? Well, it would be about the Oura Ring. So I might go into Oura Ring. And the other nice thing is you can even take like a screenshot of this video if you wanted to, because maybe you want to remember something specific about it. I'm just going to hit Command-Shift-4 on the Mac, and that will allow me to grab a screenshot of a specific frame. So let's say I wanted to save this frame. I could then drag that into my Notion account, and I could put it beside that Hygge red light note, and then I could take some more notes on this column. And this is essentially how I quickly take notes. Now let's get rid of my video here, and let's go back into this note. And as you can see, we have this note organized and created very quickly and efficiently. If I hit Command R, just to refresh the page, and then it went to dark mode. So if I hit Command Shift L, That will bring me back to light mode, and I'll have my form back right here, and I can continue writing out notes, and then I can organize, utilize, and track them here. So that is the note dashboard, and I'm actually going to show you how to create this thing now. So if you're interested, stick around and hit the like button if you're enjoying this video so far. It'll help us out a ton, and I would really appreciate it because we did put a lot of time into making this video, my editor and myself. So let's jump right into building this note-taking system. All right, so we're going to start out with a fresh blank canvas here in Notion, and I'm just gonna name the page Note Dashboard. And in parentheses, just so I don't confuse this with my other dashboard, I'm gonna call this tutorial. Okay, note dashboard tutorial. You can name this whatever you want, but this is where your note dashboard is going to live. And then we're gonna have to create a few pages. So if I hit /page, hit enter, we can create a page and we can call it notes. And I'm gonna put tutorial once again. We're gonna hit table, and then I'm gonna go back up to the breadcrumbs here, and I'm gonna click back to my original page. And then we're gonna create another page, /page, enter, and this one we're gonna call people. And tutorial in parentheses, once again, table. Now let's go back here and enter our notes table. And here we're going to call this first column notes. And this is where you enter the name of your note. So let's say you're learning about cell biology, and let's say we've got another note that's like learning about Notion. So let's say Notion dashboards. Maybe we've got another note here, Miro whiteboard tutorial. I've got some tutorials on that on my channel, so that's just another example of something that you might take notes on. Then in the second column here, we already have this tag column by default, but we're gonna turn this property type to a multi-select if it isn't. And here we can just enter some words that have to do with the specific note that we have written out. So let's just call it science, cells, biology, and here we'll do notes, tasks, Notion. Here we'll put whiteboard, software. So now we've got some tags that can describe these notes, and if you open them up, you can add your notes here, okay? And once you do that, it will actually create this little page, but you can add an icon if you wanted to. So there we go, we've got our first few sample notes in here, and we're also going to create a column that is property type of select, and this one we're going to call note type. Okay, and we can give these notes a few different types, but what I like to do is I like to have introspective notes, so the notes that I just take without watching anything or learning anything. They just come straight from my mind. Think of these as journal entries or notions. Funny enough, that's what this software is called, Notion, but you get what I'm saying, like your own notions, your own things that you come up with. So introspective. And I think for this one, I like to do it as purple. I think that that's kind of a good color for introspective. And then we might also have learning, okay? It's another type of note that we might want to create here. So learning notes are for when you are listening to someone and learning something new. And introspective notes might be things that you come up with on your own. Let's say like all of these are learning notes, and then maybe you have another note that you create that is something to do with, personal journal entry, and it could be a day. You can add as many note types as you want here, as many that make sense for you, but just remember you don't want to have too many note types. These are meant to help you organize overall, like which notes you want to search for in the future. Tags are better for like the more granular things, the descriptive words that have to do with your note. This should be reserved for the high-level note type. Then we're going to create another new column, and this is going to be property type of created time, just so we have a record of the time that this was created. And we're going to click on it and call it time created. And then finally, we're also going to add one more column, okay? And this is going to be the related person column so that we can sort by person, but don't get that confused with this person column. We're actually going to use relation. and we're going to click select a database. And here I'm going to type in people. If you remember right, we created that people database. So if I click into that and hit create relation, and then we name this people, we could have a separate database where we add people. So in this case, I haven't added anybody to that database, but we can add people from here. So I haven't added anybody to this database yet, this people database. So let's go back up to the breadcrumbs, hit back, and now we're on that original page we created. From here, we can click people, and we can add some people that we want to be able to write notes about. So let's just say Carter Sirach is one of those people. Let's just say John Smith. And we could add tags for these people. So for me, if you're adding me to your people database, you might want to put like Notion, productivity, a few other things. And then for John Smith, maybe he's a scientist. So we're going to go science, biology, things like that. And now let's go back up into the breadcrumbs again, come back to this page, go to notes tutorial. And now we have some people to choose from. Okay, so for cell biology note, we're gonna add John Smith. And for these ones here, you might wanna add me. And it's useful to also add yourself. So whatever your name is, you can create a person in your people database for you. So let's say your name is Sam Smith, and this is just you. So you don't really need to add tags for this one if you don't want to. But you could just do personal, then go back to note dashboard, notes, and you could add yourself for that journal entry that you wrote. So now we have these notes organized out into people. We have them organized by tags, note types. So how can we visualize this as a dashboard over here? Well, that's what I'm going to show you. So we're going to create some callouts to separate this page out. So let me show you what I mean. Hit slash, type callout, then hit enter, and we're going to call this column capture new notes. I'm going to hit enter, and I'm going to hit slash callout once again, enter, and organize old notes. We're going to drag the organize old notes to the side, and you can edit these callouts. You can change the color of them and things like that if you want to, just to make them look unique to your own setup. And you can also bold this text here if you want to. You can underline it. You can do all sorts of things with it. And if you wanted, you could also change the emoji that is accompanying it. So let's just do some notes and light bulb for capturing new ideas. Let's make them both gray. I like this simple look personally. And then down here, if I hit enter, we can hit slash and we can type create, and you're just going to click this create linked database button. And then I'm going to start typing in the name of my notes database that I created. So in this case, that is notes. This is the notes database that I showed you in the very beginning, but this is the one I've created in this tutorial. So I'm going to click this one, and we're going to hit duplicate on that, and then I'm going to drag the other one over here to organize old notes. So now we have two columns with these notes databases. If I hit the three buttons in the top corner and go full width, it's going to be a little bit easier to see everything. And now we just want to manipulate this data so that it shows up right, and then I'm going to show you how to create that form that I was showcasing in the beginning of this video. So let's just add a view, and I like to go with the list view for this, and we're just going to call this one today's notes. And this is only going to show the notes that we've taken for today. So in order to do that, you're going to hit the three dots here. You're going to hit filter, add a filter, and then where time created is today, it's only going to show the notes for today. Obviously, we've taken all of these particular notes today, so it's going to have all those in our queue right here. I like to just show today's notes, but you could mess with this filter and have it show whatever range you want. Maybe you just want to show today, and then you want to add a filter and say and yesterday, and that would actually be or. So now it's just going to show notes from today or yesterday, and that way it's a little bit easier to see your recent notes. But over here, we want things to be a bit more organized. So I'm gonna add a view. We're gonna go list, and I'm gonna call this sort by tags. I'm gonna hit create, and we're gonna go to these three dots here. I'm gonna hit group by tags, and boom. Now we're able to actually sort these notes out by the different tags that we've created so far. So we can see all the notes that have to do with those specific tags. And if there's one that's 0, like this one here, you can just click these three dots here. You can go to group, and if you want to hide those ones with zeros, you can hit hide empty groups. You can also hide specific groups here if you wanted to. Like I could hide this notes one if I wanted. Then you can bring it right back just like that. So now we have a sort by tags. Let's also go ahead and delete this old table that we had. Remove, add a view, go to list, and we're going to also sort by people. We're gonna hit create, and then right here, I'm gonna hit those dots. We're gonna hit group by people, hide empty groups, and now we have Carter Sirach, John Smith, and Sam Smith, in the notes that are associated with that particular person. If you wanted to later down the line, you could click into these people and you could add an icon, upload an image, and then you can upload an image of their face if you wanted to. I don't know why it's giving me the toilet paper. That's some serious disrespect there, but let's just go with the eye for now. But yeah, you can add icons is the point here. All right, so next you're gonna wanna add that form that I showed you in the beginning of the video so that you can capture notes a whole lot easier. Normally, like if you just wanted to keep the system this way, you could just hit new, you could fill out this information here, and then you could start typing, which is fine, but I prefer to have the form to start because that way I don't miss any of the fields. Because if you go into taking your note too fast and you don't fill out all the required fields, organizing it later on is going to be a lot harder. So that's why I like to use notionforms.io, this website that you can go to. It's a simple form builder that integrates well with Notion. You can see some testimonials here. You can check out some of their features. It shows you how to simply create a form. It's very quick and easy. And then you can see your pricing down here. So a lot of you guys can stick with the basic plan, but I actually have the pro plan. I prefer this because you can add more fields and you can remove the branding, and you'll get full form customization and whatnot. So you can make it look exactly how you want it. That's just my personal preference. Now, if you go up here, there should be a button that says like create an account or something. I've already created my account, so I'm gonna go to my forms and I'm gonna hit create a new form. And here is where you're going to link up with the table that you've created. So let me go back to Notion. And this table right here is the one that we need to link up. So let's click on Notes Tutorial and let's hit Share. And then right here, you're gonna click this empty space and you're just gonna find Notion Forms. Click on Notion Forms and you won't see that unless you've gone through the process of actually making your Notion Forms account. So remember to complete that process. And then hit Invite. So now Notion Forms is connected to this table. And if you want to, you can also connect it to your people table. So I'm gonna go back to people and share, and then I'm gonna hit Notion Forms, invite. And the reason that I'm inviting them to this table as well is so that I can pull in new people into my form through the relational column. But if you don't have the pro version, you won't need to do that because you can't use the relational fields if you don't use the pro version of Notion Forms. Then I'm just going to select a Notion table. So then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back into my notes here, hit share, and I'm just gonna copy link, and we're gonna paste your table URL here. And now we have our fields popping up. So as you can see, notes, that's it right here. Note type, it's mapping to this note type. Then we have tags mapping to tags, and people mapping to the people column right here. You can give this a nicer name, so let's just call it add new note. And here we can organize this and we can give these fields names. So let's just name this one name your note. We can also make these required, and that's one of the things that I do like about having Notion forms on your page, because it does require you to actually fill out the full information for your note, so that later on down the line you have all that information in there and it's much easier to organize and sift through in the future. So I'm going to make most of these required. Note type required, people required. As you can see, that is pro. So if it's pro, that means that you need the $15 a month to use this field. You don't need the $15 a month version. You can just go with the free version if you just want to name your note, add a note type, and add tags. Okay, I'm going to make all those required, and we're just going to give them better names. All right, this is going quite well. Where it says form theme, I'm going to change that to Notion, because I kind of like to keep that on brand and have everything looking how Notion looks. Let's make this full width, and then you can add a cover picture or a logo if you want to. I'm going to make the dark mode preference just to pull from the device settings. And then for the button color, you can change it to whatever color you want. It's pretty neat, but what I might do is just copy the green from Notion so that we're really matching with the branding here. Or I could just copy like the color of the text using that eyedropper tool. I'm gonna hit hide title and remove Notion branding just to keep everything super simple here. If you know CSS and you have the pro version, you can also inject some custom code here so you can make this look exactly how you want it. And then for the about submission, this part's important. You're gonna wanna name this add new note so that it looks pretty nice. Create new record is what you want this set to. And then where it says show success page, that's fine. But also click this button, allow user to fill form again. Add another note is what we're gonna write there, so that you get a button after you submit a note that allows you to click add another note. And then right here, we'll just do your note has been added. And if you have the pro version, once again, you can get notified via email when new form submissions come in if you're sharing this with multiple people. But in this use case, you're not going to be sharing it with people. You're just going to use it yourself. So I don't imagine you'd need notifications when you take a new note. Now let's just hit create form once you're ready. It'll say form has been created, and there's tons of options here. But I'm just going to hit embed form in Notion. I'm going to copy this right here. Then we're gonna go back over to Notion, and I'm gonna hit this plus button right here, and we're gonna type embed, hit embed, and then paste, hit embed link. And now we have our form here. I like to drag it out to the max so that it looks like it's actually part of the page and it's not just an embed. And then you can drag this below today's notes, or you can keep it above if you want. But the way that this will work now is I can create a name of a new note. So I could call it how to create notes dashboard, note type, learning, add people, Carter, and click away, add note tags. You can go to Notion here, notes, and then hit add new note, and then watch. And then boom, it's added to today's notes. And if you wanted to add another note, you can just hit add another note and it will pull you back to the start. From here, you can start typing out your note. And the nice thing is it's already been categorized extremely well, and all of these were required fields, opposed to just creating a note this way and then just scrambling into writing, maybe not giving it a very thoughtful title. Maybe you're missing some information like note type, maybe you're missing people. That's what I found at least, so that's why I like this form method, opposed to just adding a new note right here. All right guys, that's that. I hope you did enjoy today's tutorial on creating a notes dashboard using Notion. And if you did enjoy this one, please leave a like, comment below and let me know. And then also subscribe if you want to see more videos just like this one. All right, we'll see you in the next video.